so I would have been live last week, because, I said I was coming back. Someone close to us, our friend's father passed away. And he was the man who walked me down the aisle. So he was a good father figure. So we've been out of state, spending time with them. But so that was a rough one. Definitely was unexpected. So definitely unexpected. It's all right. The main thing is, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, there's a family that definitely is going through a hard time with what's happened, and prayers, positive thoughts, to the family. They're definitely having a tough time. So yeah. But we did, we got to spend some time with some, great friends that we haven't, got to hang out with in a while. And, so we made the best of it, and we went fishing. And I lost my fishing rod. That was a fun time. I just knew I was going to catch a catfish. I had it set in my mind. We had all been talking about it. And I decided to put I had like a little dock buster. I don't know if y'all know what that is. But it's like a little mini fishing rod, right? That you can fish by the dock. But I was like, okay, I'm going to thread it up and get it ready for a catfish. So I toss it out there. And it's out there. It's been sitting for a while. I've been waiting. But where we're at doesn't really have a place that you can set your pole, right? So we're on the dock, but we don't have like fishing pole spots or anything. And there's no sticks anywhere to be able to like stick it down like you would normally catfish. I don't know if y'all know how to do it, but normally you get a stick. It has like a Y top like that. You stick it in the mud. You prop your little rod right there and you wait for it to flick, and when it flicks you grab it and yank, right? But I didn't have that, so I was holding it, and Sam was beside me, and she was doing like pan fishing, right, just for brim, crappie, stuff like that. But I wanted her to put the cork in a certain spot, right? So I was like, can I cast it? And she said yeah. So I set my rod down. Now, Sam, mind you, has already caught 4 fish. I've caught none. I set my rod down. And it's up against the pole. So, in my mind, it's going to, if it pulls, I'll have time to grab it. I toss the thing out there. I get it exactly where I want to. I click it. I was like, all right, here. Sam says, no, I don't want to fish. I want you to catch a fish, right? And I was like, nah, go ahead and fish. And she was like, no, catch it. And I said, I'm about to catch a fish. Y'all, at that moment, I look down. My rod flies off of this dock. And just, boom! I drop down to the dock. I just, chest first, just boom! Drop down to the dock, try to get it. I couldn't. So then I got upset because now I got a dang catfish that's probably stuck around with a damn fishing rod. And then that upset me because I was like, damn, But yeah. Then I caught a brim on the other rod after that, but that shit just went flying though, so. And I had been saying the whole time I needed to go to the store so I could get those little metal ones that I could put between the holes of the cracks of the dock, and I could set it right there. But no. Didn't get that. He brought home a trophy. You mean the fish was tiny? Which fish? I don't know what. In my mind, it was a big old, massive ass blue catfish or channel catfish that ripped that shit off of the deck. That's my mind. That's what I'm gonna say it was. Big old huge one, right? Just my thought. And then he got off the hook. I'm thinking like maybe he didn't get hooked all the way, right? He just was like taking it and then he. Right, somebody gonna find my rod one day in there. And then they have little river otters and beavers that swim through the little cove that we were at. You should go noodling? No, hell no. Hell no. Look, going under the water into this little cat. Hell no. Mm-mm. I'd have a panic attack just reaching in the hole. That's not my. Hook, worm. That's what she said. So I don't know what else we did. Did y'all watch the World Cup? Spain beat Argentina. I was pretty excited about that. I don't know if y'all was watching it, but I'm not a fan of how Argentina plays. I think they play dirty. So I would pass all the way out. Yeah, I ain't doing it. The halftime was good. I liked it. Madonna was alright. I wasn't really a huge fan of Madonna, but and with my little silky cat, gotta make sure my hair good. Gotta take care of it. Yeah, Justin Bieber. I wish he would have played Daisy, but I like the Hallelujah. That was a good one. Shakira, she did really good. So I thought when the kids came out and they started singing and they started doing up all that, like, great halftime show. Like the little Keebler elves. What is the little Keebler elves? Oh yeah, the little puppets and Kermit and Miss Piggy and all them up there doing it. That was pretty cool. I was like, hey, look, they got puppets on it. It's the little things that make me happy, It doesn't take much. But I was excited. I watched too much of Argentina doing some crazy stuff. Which, I'm saying, I think they all do some shady stuff in football. But, what's up, Dory? How you doing? How you been? Heard you been topic lately. Let me stick my arm in a hole. Yeah, right? Who wants to? Look, I watch people do it. I watch people noodle on TikTok. Ain't no way. I missed the Erlin dude. Who's the Erlin dude? You need an update on my appointment? Okay, look. I pushed it back. Oh, Holland! I love Holland. I love Holland, man. Freaking love him so much. I love him. He's my favorite person right now in this world. Like, I love him. He was the star of the World Cup to me. Like, I'd never seen him. I'm not a football fan, I don't really watch it. It's never really been my thing, but I thoroughly enjoyed watching. Like, he just, like, him and Norway just, man, they made it so fun to watch. Like, the beginning of their games and the way they do their rowing and chanting and just, like, get everybody, like, into it. Oh, it was so awesome. Look, all right, listen. Y'all want me to be real? I'll be real. I don't think that I can mentally handle a surgery right now. I just don't think I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there is a medicine, and I'm still gonna do the surgery. Me and my doctor has spoke. We're on a good level, okay? Me and her. I'm not checking it out. Me and her have a plan. She's got me taking, I think it's called like I don't know. Some pill for endometriosis. Right? It's I took Oralissa, did that for 2 years. Put me into menopause, dealt with that for 2 years. After that, you can't be on the medicine anymore. You can only be on it for 2 years. Same with this one. I think it's like Mendefree or something like that. I got the bottle out there. But same with that. You can only be on it 2 years. I don't plan on being on it for 2 years. Our goal is I have a 3-month follow-up. It's going to be right before my birthday. So I have that 3-month follow-up. We're going to see how the medicine is doing, because it's supposed to put me back into menopause. It's supposed to drop everything back down, which will stop the growth. Hopefully. That's the goal. My Fembry. There you go. That's what it is. My Fembry. Okay. So, gonna do that. And then check it out at the 3 months. And then my goal is to probably try to do the surgery at the beginning of the year. Go ahead and just knock out deductible, everything for insurance at the beginning of the year. Look, for the ones that's been in here, and this is just me being real, okay? This is me being fucking real with y'all, okay? I explained to y'all where my mind is, what's been going on this past month, okay? Then I'm not going to explain on let me try to figure out a way to dealing with a lot. I can't. Period. Suck it up, bitch. Nah. Not ready for it. I was ready for the surgery. Life threw other things at me. And, not there yet. But I have went. I went Friday. We made a plan. We figured out everything that needs to be done. When I need to start the medication. What the plan will be. Ew. This is just life, though. I don't know if y'all like me, but if I have an emotion, I cry. Don't know what it is. I'm in therapy, if you bitches didn't know. Bitches is an endearing term for me. Okay, sorry, not being rude. Didn't know if y'all know, but I'm in therapy. And my main question to my therapist is, why do I cry? Why does it like instantly tear up? Right? That shit annoys me Because it's like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, the people like, oh, white girl tears. And I'm like, oh my God, if I could like not cry ever again in my whole fucking life, I wouldn't. Because I think I've cried enough for my entire life. So I would love to never do it again. However, if I'm happy, I cry. If I'm sad, I cry. If I'm pissed, I cry. If I'm passionate, I cry. What the fuck is that? I'm a Scorpio. I'm like, geez, bro. Give me a break. So anyways, I think I talked myself back into, like, getting it together. So yeah, my mind is just like, look, I've been through a lot of shit the past whatever, and I'm trying to get myself back into, you know, and I'm not, and look, I'm not the type of person, like, you can cyberbully me, you can do your shit, whatever. I'm not gonna blame my mental health on other people. I know the shit that I go through. I know what I put out on social media. I think long and hard before I post things, and what I say in lives now. Learned my lesson, obviously. If y'all have been around for the past couple years, used to put my foot in my mouth, and I've learned. So I put a lot of my personal things out here. I know exactly what I'm putting out there, and I know that people are going to use that, and, you know, that part has nothing to do with affecting my mental health. People are going to talk shit, okay? That's something that I've learned throughout social media. People are going to fucking hate you, right? You can be a good person. You can do good things, care about people, look out for your community. You can be a good person, right? And there are going to be people who fucking hate you, right? They want to see you fall so far, like just flat on your fucking face, right? Because they will never be where you are. They'll never be there. So they will hate you, right? So when I put things out there, I know what's coming back. Y'all know what's coming back. And y'all know a lot of my life, right? I'm drinking a Capri Sun. I got that just for the laugh. I didn't know if y'all knew that. The wind can blow and I cry. Girl. Right? Got an infected tear duct. But I don't want people to ever think that what you think of me is going to affect me. Because, cliche or not, whatever you have to say about me, I said much worse to myself, right? I have picked myself up from the lowest of the low. I grew up in a fucked up life. I fucking pulled myself out of that shit. I've never asked people for a fucking thing. I don't beg on this internet. I don't beg for shit. I work my fucking ass off to get what I get. But I hate when I hear people that try to blame an audience on what they are capable of dealing with mentally. If you're a content creator, you're putting your stuff out on the internet. You cannot blame people for having an opinion, right? There's people I don't like just because I don't like them. Just because I don't like them, right? What's the Joffrey from, what's that damn show called? I didn't even watch the show because I hated that shit so bad. What's that show called? Y'all know it? Joffrey. Game of Thrones. There you go. Right? Game of Thrones. Hate that motherfucker. I hate him. If I met that dude in real life, I would be like, and just walk off. That's just, he played a great part, made me hate him, got my opinion on him, didn't even want to watch the show. The Green Mile. The guard on the Green Mile, right? Hate him. I just, when I see him, just makes me sick, right? So there's just some people out there who I don't like, and that's going to be me. I'm going to be on your FYP if you haven't blocked me. And they're just going to be like, God, I fucking hate that bitch. Jenn is such a fucking narcissistic piece of shit. She's a fucking bully. Like, she's a fucking, what's the word we always call? I wanted to say a grifter. There we go. She's a grifter, like, whatever. And they're going to hate me. And I don't even know who they are, right? And they might make a video about me and I might pop back or I might not. I might just go on with life, right? But they might hate me and they might talk shit about me. But that's on me. I don't know how I got harassing and bullying. But I just got a violation for harassing and bullying. However, that's on me. If I allow, like, if something comes across my FYP and it's about me, I'm probably going to watch it, right? Probably be like, damn, fuck that. That sucks. That hurts, right? It's going to hurt me. I'm not going to say it's not going to hurt me, right? Damn, that sucks. Nobody, and I mean nobody, likes to be hated for no reason, right? So it's going to suck. However, I'm going to go block unless I have a response that I have to say to them. If I have a response that I have to say to them, I'm not going to block them until I give them an opportunity to respond back because whatever, right? But it's not on them for your mental health. Okay? That's what therapy's for. Therapy used to be super expensive. Thank you, Dory. Therapy used to be super expensive. There are so many places out there now that, if you do have insurance, and I'm talking to people who have insurance, they have it where a lot of the insurances are paying, you only have like a $10 copay to go to it. And then there are mental health offices that if you don't have insurance, that can help you. That's what they're here for. There is mental health clinics in areas all around. You have to look it up, but there are, right? When I first started dealing with my anxiety, I did not have insurance. I was a server. I was having panic attacks galore. I did not know what the fuck was going on. I was scared shitless. And there was such a bad stigma. I'm passionate about it, so of course I'm going to tear up. There was such a bad stigma about mental health, especially in my house. Like, my household was, if you have bipolar, if you have depression, if you have anxiety, if you have a chemical imbalance of any type of sort, my family would just be like, oh, they're crazy. They should put them in an institute, Like, that's just their thought process. So when I started getting like super bad anxiety, I didn't know what the fuck to do because it was shameful, right? It was, ew. It was so shameful, right? To be like, oh, I had to go talk to someone about what's going on with me because I don't understand it. Trying to get myself back. So, but I remember I looked up the mental health clinic because I was just like, yo, something is not right with me. I am having, like, such bad, like, panic and blah, blah, blah. And I don't have insurance. I don't know what to do. And I got in with the mental health clinic. And, oh, was I embarrassed. I was so embarrassed about it. Like, I remember, like, pulling into the mental health clinic in my little small town and be like, oh, I hope nobody sees me. Like, that's what we think, right? And they want to know why the unaliving rate is so high. And it's because of that stigma. And the crazy thing about it is everybody has some sort of mental health issue, right? Everybody. There's not a single person in this fucking world that doesn't have something, right? You might not have crippling anxiety, but you've been anxious. You've had anxiety before. You've felt down. You've felt depressed. You've had rages that you didn't understand where it came from, right? Everybody goes through it, but yet people make it a stigma. So, like, when I pulled up to the mental health clinic because I didn't have insurance and couldn't go to, like, primary care to be like, hey, help me, I walked in there and saw a therapist. And I was like this, right? Ew, I'm so sorry, y'all. And I was, my main thing that scared the shit out of me is because my family, I came from addicts, right? So my main worry was I didn't want to become addicted to anything. And I didn't want them to think that I was seeking anything. And I'm scared of medicine anyway, so she learned that, my therapist learned that real quick. But it was so hard to break the barrier in my mind to be like, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get therapy. It's okay, like, oh, to take medicine every day. I remember it took me so freaking long. And I will say, Beth, she was someone that I started my medication with at the same time. You know, she had went to her provider. I had went to my provider. They had been trying to get me on it for a while because of my anxiety, but I do not like medications, and I always was the person to be like, I am not going to take a medication every single day to be okay, right? Like, I can do this on my own. I don't have to take a medication every single day. And plus, I'm scared shitless of medications. I don't know why. It's just an anxiety I have. So I remember getting the medication and got on FaceTime with her because my fear is, like, having an allergic reaction. I don't know why that's my fear, but that's what it is. Maybe it's just an OCD thing. Don't know. Working on it in therapy. We'll figure it out. But, you know, and, like, finally set a date. I was like, all right, this is when I'm going to take it. This is what we're going to do. Got on FaceTime. Took the medication. Waited, like, 30, 45 minutes just, like, talking on the phone and just trying to, like, not think about the fact that I have to take a medication to, like, feel okay. Best decision I ever did in my entire fucking life. Okay? Best decision I ever made was to get help. To realize, like, it's okay to feel weak in those moments because you're human. You know? I have... The main point of that is my mental health has to do with me making sure that I take care of it. Me. The people I surround myself with, I'm to hope that they're there to make sure that I'm helping myself in those situations when I feel like, oh, maybe I don't need this, right? But it's up to me. And other people can't push that because you have a block button. You can get off of social media, just like I did. Get off of social media. Don't go to Reddit. Block those things out, right? You have to help yourself. You have to help yourself. And when you go to therapy, be vulnerable. That's like the hardest thing for us. Be vulnerable. Open up about shit that you've kept closed forever. Because once you open up and you're real, that's the only time that they can give you the coping mechanisms, the analogies, the workouts. That's the only way that you can use these tools to get better, right? You have to be vulnerable. And that's the part that's scary. You get on the freaking, you can do it on, FaceTime like this, Zoom or whatever, or you can go face to face at a, physical location. And it's hard to be vulnerable and tell these things that happened to you, that was like your weakest moments where there was really nothing you could do, or, things that you feel shameful for, that you've been just like holding on to. And, when you finally release them and you like start working on ways to actually handle it, actually like deal with the pain, with the shame, I mean, that's the only way that you're going to be able to move further with it. But it's all on you. You have to make the appointments. You have to do the work. You have to do all of that. And you cannot blame other people because you can get yourself out of those situations with those people. Right? If your spouse is causing that issue, you have to leave. It sucks, Maybe we'll have to get a hotel. Maybe, there's and sometimes it's rougher in certain situations, and I get that too. But nobody can do it but you. And you don't get to blame other people because they said something that hurt your feelings. If they're not threatening you, and they're just making their observations or having their opinions on you, who fucking cares? You're content creating, you're putting your shit out there on public. People are gonna fucking hate you, people are gonna love you, and people are gonna be indecisive. Right? So that's how I feel about that whole situation. I hate when people try to put their mental health off on others when it comes to, I think that it's a community thing. I think that people should be there for people. I think that if you notice that someone is not being their self, they're secluding away from their normal activities, not acting like their self, then yeah, I think that, you need to reach out, you need to talk to them, you need to help them, you need to, because not everybody, like I said, some people are in that state of mind that I was in, but they won't go for help. They won't go. So, you need to be that friend that they can talk to. You have to have some sort of, but it's all on you. That's the whole point of it. You got to be a friend. You got to be there. Make sure that you're paying attention to your friends. But I can tell someone to do therapy 100,000 times because I see something happening, and the only way they're going to do it is if they choose. So stop blaming others and take accountability And if you need help, there's help out there, and there's ways to get into mental health clinics that are free if you don't have insurance. But there's help out there. But you have to make it. You have to do the phone calls. You have to do the search. But there is help. Yeah. They have to want it. You can't lead. Exactly. Yeah, you have to be willing to piss them off. And some people just aren't going to listen. You know, some people just are not going to listen to you. And if you're someone like me who feels that empathy, like, it weighs on you because you're just like, you know, you think about that. You're just like, I really hope that they don't do anything. And it makes you, you know, try harder to be there for them and, you know, make sure that they have someone that they can talk to. And, you know, there's some people that just, they feel like they're a burden even when they're not, you know. Those are the ones I worry about the most because they keep everything in. I wish that we had, I don't know, I wish there was a way that it just wasn't stigmatized like it is and there was more help out there easily accessible. That was just like in your face. Like, you know, every other fucking ad that's out there. That's what I'm saying. It's such a like thin line when it comes to like what you do, you know, because you don't want to put what you don't want to like completely therapize them, you know, and give them everything that your therapist has told you. And, you know, sometimes you just need to listen to, I don't know, it's just so much, you know. It's just a thin line of like, are you overstepping your boundaries or are you being the friend that needs to push it, you know. And it's hard to know, right? Help everybody else so you don't have to deal with yours. Yeah. What's up, Jerry? How you doing? Oh, thanks, Heather. Appreciate it. Glad to be back. It's been a lot, you know. But life is getting back together. That's all that matters. No, yeah, I've been away for a little bit. I've had a lot of life's been lifing, you know. Make sure not to project. Oh, I know, right? I'm learning myself. I also think I live in denial of having issues. Right? Some days I'm like, I don't know, like, I think I handle things so calmly that it's almost, like, weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'll sit there sometimes and be like, I think you should be more mad than what you are right now. Like, or I think you should have maybe handled that in a different way. But I don't know, like, my mind's just so calm with things, so it's weird. Another reason I needed therapy, because I can't figure myself out when it comes to my thought process. And then I'm like, then I question myself, like, are you just bottling your emotions, like, or are you just, because you talk about it, like, are you talking about it like enough, and that's why you're calm about it, because you're like having communication, and, you know what I mean? I don't know. My Lexapro holds my emotions. See, like, I don't want to be numb, but I just don't want to feel as much as I feel. That's the problem, you know? Yeah, then I'll be like, what am I thinking about? And I'll be like, I ain't thinking about nothing. So it's like my brain won't shut off, but then when I try to think about something specifically, then it just like goes blank. So weird. We learn though, right? It is what it is. I'm pro therapy over here, so if you need some help, I would recommend therapy. I would recommend you be vulnerable and you actually go through the steps. I think you'll and not worry about what people think about it. How's the dogs? Charlie had her first off-leash outing today at the dog park. So we took her to this big old dog park, and there was like 100 dogs there. And we took her and Nella, and she did amazing. She did so freaking good. I was so excited. It was huge. Just like freaking, I don't even know, I have to look it up and see how many acres it is. It's freaking huge though. And it's got like 3 different ponds that the dogs like jump off the dock and, you know, swim and play. And then it's got like where you can walk around the ponds, and it's fenced off, and it's like a hiking trails and stuff like that. And then they have like the obstacle course that you can take them through, and she had so much fun. Nilla had a blast. She hasn't got to go since we got Charlie, so she was so excited. As soon as we pulled in, she just started like, ah! So she knew exactly where she was. She showed off all of her little agility things that she knew how to do, and Charlie would follow right behind. And so Nilla was a great teacher. Frank, we kept him here because he's not good with other dogs, but we came back and then we took him for a long ride. Can't say that loud. And then they got some baths today. We took them up to the dog warehouse and gave them some baths. So they're all fresh and clean and smelling good, and so, but they doing good. As long as they open with their therapist, they just need they need that one person that can give them the advice and listen to them and make them think, you know. What's Rachel? How you doing? I got to I called my grandma today. Haven't talked to her in a while, so I talked to my grandma, and then I talked to Charity, my aunt, and then my nephews and my niece were over there, so I got to talk to all of them on FaceTime, and my brother and his girlfriend and all of them, so that was fun. My nephews are getting so big, it's insane. They came down, I don't know if I told y'all that, but they were down just the other weekend, and I got both my nephews, so they're, 8 and 5. We took them to Carowinds. That was crazy, but Rowan, the 8-year-old, he was doing roller coasters and everything upside down. Like, he's such a little daredevil. I couldn't believe it. I thought he was going to be scared of everything, but he was not. He was thoroughly excited. So, and then Landon, the 5-year-old, whew. That was a lot. He had a blast, but whew. Carowinds is fun. They shut down Fury, and I rode Fury like 2 weeks ago, and then they shut it down maybe 3 weeks ago. And then they shut it down, and I was just like, what the hell? I just wrote that shit. I probably won't ever write that thing again when they open it. What's up, baby?
Hello.
How you doing?
Talking about Carowinds.
Yeah, talking about when we took Rowan and Landon.
That was something.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
I didn't know there were so many climbable things.
Oh my god, he climbed everything. Oh, and he just tried to jump in every hole. And then he would try to stand up on the freaking spade thing. I was like, sit down. It was a lot.
I also didn't realize there were so many flower beds there to tromp through. They're not meant for tromping.
Oh yeah, he did find all those spots. Oh, you're coming into Charlotte tomorrow? Is that how I said?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Question: why SMC has order against MK? I'm not really sure. Wait, yeah, for motionless and white Tuesday night. What's that?
What's that noise?
How far away is Belmont? Belmont's not far, right?
20
Like
minutes or
30
so.
minutes.
Yeah, 20, 30.
Yeah, like 20, 30 minutes. What is that thing you're going to? Motion in the ocean? What'd you say? We gotta watch one. We gonna watch one of those episodes so we get away.
Yeah, it's getting late.
Oh yeah, it's pretty true.
Actually, I say that. I don't even know what time it is.
Oh, that's a band.
Oh, yeah, it's almost 10.
I got you. I know. Where they playing? Where they playing at?
Adios.
Adios, baby. Baby. Oh, at PNC? Are they the... I probably know who they are. Now I want to look. Hold on. Motionless and white. Ooh, he's scared. Ready for it. It's just like... Yeah. Hell yeah, you gonna have fun. You gonna have a good time. I wish they still did the lawn pass. Hold on, I got a puzzle. I wish they still had the lawn pass, man. We used to go to every concert, man. Every concert. And then they stopped doing the lawn pass, and I'm not paying that much for all them concerts. But hopefully they bring them back. I'm going to Good Charlotte. Super stoked about that. That has been on my... I see that. Am I being filtered? I see that. That's been on my bucket list forever to see Good Charlotte, so... And Avenged Sevenfold, so that'll be good. What up, Carrie? What you been doing? What you been doing? I don't know if that's the right song. I don't know if it's the right song, baby. You know a song I heard the other day? I ain't heard it in a long time, but I did enjoy it. I'd like to see Avenge. I haven't seen Good Charlotte or Avenge, so. And then Andy Grammer, I'm gonna see him sometime in the next month or two. I wanted to go see Ella Langley. I know her fucking tickets. Shut up. I love Ella Langley. Ella Langley, Stella Lefty, Andy Grammer. Yeah. Those are the ones I like.
Let's use Smokey's favorite word. A burger. Maybe she can be useful. It's none your business. It's not your business. It's not your business. It's not your business. How is that your business?
Ooh, Teddy Swims?
You're so tense, I'd never wanna be you.
Ooh, Sabrina Carpenter would be good too. I want to see.
I'm a great person, please donate. I'm the best teacher, please donate. Don't bully
Jesse
me,
Murphy.
please donate. Aren't I a saint? Please donate. Okay. Fuck you, screw you. I was terrible things for you. Okay. Fuck off, get fucked.
Do you wanna fuck? Ooh, Megan. That's Tennessee Orange.
With lady parts, you're giving creepy straight.
I love Tennessee Orange too. My guilty pleasure song is is this one. It's my guilty pleasure. Oh my god, I love Shake It Off too, bitch. That was my panic attack song. I'd be like, shit. Mm. I feel that upside down this one. I don't care what y'all say. Love this bitch. I love her. I fucking love her. She made me happy. She made me mad. Oh, someone just sent me something. What's this? I tell you this, I do not give up. Bitch, don't start on me. Play. was that? Stop being a bitch, bro. What is it doing? What's it doing so weird? Is it slow?
They smiled in my face while they sharpened the knife.
Oh, okay, I got it. I'll listen to it.
They drank from my soul while
I like
gave
his
them
deep
my
voice.
life. I was lured to a fall, yeah, I carried their weight. Now I'm buried in the truth that they fed me with hate. Every
Ash
whisper
Reed music?
behind me, every word was a lie. Every I got you turned into a goodbye. I was building with ghosts, I was trusting the fate. Now I'm watching it burn. Every bone that we made, I hear the echoes of the names I used to call my own. Now the silence is
Ash Reed music? Fuck
yeah,
them.
I'm better off alone. Fuck them all, I don't need them no more. All that love was a lie I was dying for. Let it burn, let it fall, let it fade in the smoke. I was chained to the pain, now the chains finally broke. Fuck them all, every fake, every face, every name, every promise they made just dissolved in the flames. I was blind, now I see, now I'm cutting it clean. Fuck them all, you ain't part of me. I was there when they needed, now they gone when I fall. Guess loyalty don't mean nothing to y'all. I was fighting your wars while you stabbed in the dark. Let me bleed in silence with a hole in my heart.
Hell yeah, I like it. I like it. That's crazy. Sounds like a lot of shit we all been through, huh? What does it sound like to me? Why you can't stop laughing? What you laughing about? My new jam. Hey, I like it. I love his voice. I'll take it too. Alright. What's my new jam? You right. I burn this bitch down. Unbound music. Hey, burn that bitch down. Oh no. I love him. That's how I live. I don't want to be 85 having material things and having no fucking memories of shit. You know what I mean? What's up, Mama Oliver? How you doing? I'm doing well. Sam's doing well. I missed y'all too. Oh, no. Can't take it with you, and your whip ain't gonna miss you. Oh, I think I missed it. I was chasing. Good to see your face. I know, man. I'm so excited to be back on, man. I really have missed y'all. I need to get back to, well, not get back to, find out who the new me is, right? You know what I mean? Find out who I'm gonna grow into. And I'm glad y'all get to be a part of the journey, because y'all been here y'all been here for a while now. So, I'm probably gonna still, look, I saw this thing the other day, and I was like, it was a quote I came across, and it was like, y'all fucked up because the healed version is meaner than the unhealed version. And I said, I wonder if that's what it's gonna be like to be healed, where it's just like you don't take shit anymore. You set your boundaries and you're done with it. Yeah, life be going on. But hey, the way I feel, just like I told Sam, I feel like when you hit a spot, relationship or whatever, friendship, it goes on all relationships. When you hit a spot where it becomes like you have to make that choice. You make the choice whether to stay or whether to go, right? I think that's what determines if you're gonna have a strong relationship or not. If you're willing to work through it, build each other up, heal, not continuously bring all the past up. I think that's the main thing. 10 years down the road, you'll be able to look back and say, fuck, we went through some shit, but we chose to make ourselves better and to make our relationship stronger. I could make any decision, but like, I wouldn't want to picture my life without Sam. You know what I mean? It's just not. I just couldn't even picture it. Like it's always been the two of us. So, I think 10 years from now, we'll look back and say, that was crazy. We went through some shit. We had some fucked up obstacles. But we came out stronger on the other end. To clarify, I know there's people that are saying Jenn doesn't have assets to her name. Sam's the breadwinner. Jenn was duped into marriage. All of these. That I don't have family or friends to whatever. If I had a toxic relationship with Sam, we wouldn't be together. I'm fortunate enough to have amazing friends. Me and Sam share some of the same friends. Our friends are absolutely God sent. Okay. My family, they literally get together like, oh my God, guess who's on the phone? My family loves me. Okay. Not to be like, tooting my own horn or anything, but like, you can ask my siblings. I'm 100% the favorite for my grandma. So, anyways, as for assets, I don't know if you're looking up the right person. I've worked my ass off to get where we're at. Does Sam make more money than me? Yeah, absolutely she does. I have no problem saying that. Me and Sam are a couple. We do things equally. Sometimes she goes 70, I go 30. Sometimes she, vice versa. Like, but everything we have together. So if something were to ever happen with us, we're fine. We'll be okay. That would suck. That's not the life that I want to live. But just like I've said to her, if things were ever to not get, work out, then we would live our life, and I would wish her the best. And I think eventually we'd probably end up back together. I think we're soulmates. And when we committed our life together, once we got married, we made that, like, that's nothing but true faithfulness. This is who I chose. This is who I want to be with. This is where my life is. So, you can talk shit, and if people think that Sam duped me into marrying her, it actually makes me sound pretty good, like, I must be a pretty damn good person if she wanted to dupe me, if she's the breadwinner and she has all of these things and I have absolutely nothing. I'm just a loser, right? It'd be crazy for her to be the one to dupe me, right? I'm just saying. That wouldn't make much sense. I don't think it could be both. I couldn't be completely broke, have nothing to my name, be completely worthless, and, have nobody to help me, and that's why I'm staying. But also was the one that was duped into marrying the breadwinner who has everything, and I told y'all my personality, banging, right? I have a pretty fucking awesome personality, so, I'm just saying. Right? I don't know if, like, some people don't understand marriage and how things work in life, but we don't have to worry about that because me and Sam are strong as fuck. I went through my shit because I found some shit out that didn't expect to find out. Had to work through that, still working through that, I don't think that something like that happens to, like, boom, you get over it, but it is something that I am learning to accept, and, I think, that's why I say sometimes I feel like I should be, like, madder about things, but, like, we were young, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're fucking young, bro. You're like 25, 26 years old. Like, do you remember yourself at 25, 26? I was young and dumb, We bought our first house, but, like, still fucking dumb as shit, I didn't understand, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's different, like, when you're, like, 35, 42, 47, 50, like you kind of should know a little better at that point, you know what I mean? So, I think things would be different if we were not fucking young and whatever. Sometimes I want to square up. I look up. I never. Me and her, like, we bicker about shit. Like, she can't stand that I leave my socks by the coffee table. I don't know why I do it. It's just something that I've always done. You know, I just leave my socks by the fucking. I am drinking a Capri Sun. I leave my socks by the damn. And I tell her, I said, when I'm gone one day, you're gonna be looking at that coffee table, and you're gonna say, "Man, I miss those socks." And I meant by, like, you know, when I pass on, when I'm older, you know. But you gonna miss those socks being at that coffee table. So, how about that? What's up, Amanda? How you doing? I've been married 41 years, and that's a lot. 41 years is a lot. I just wanted to hear you say it. Capri Sun? Well, no, a Capri Sun is a Capri Sun. As long as they aren't in the hamper inside out. Man, they could be. They say don't look back because you're not going that direction. The past is the past. As long as their socks don't. Yeah, and my socks don't smell. They don't. So, I agree with that, you know. That was the main thing. I think my thought process was, am I going to be able to, if we get into an argument or I get upset about something or she gets upset with me, is that going to be something that I throw up in her face? And that's not something that I want, you know. So that was a main concern. That's why I stepped away. I went and got a hotel for a couple days, you know, a few days, you know, and I thought a lot about it. I talked to my therapist, and, you know, me and her spoke, and we spoke about everything. Like, the communication was absolutely amazing, and it wasn't something, you know, like where she made me feel like I just needed to get over it, or, you know, like something that happened so long ago, why is it affecting you or anything like that. Like, you know, like, she cared. Like, there was a lot of shit, you know what I mean? Like, so I think that was I don't know, the things that we talked about, how we communicated, how everything went, you know, that's what made me know that we would be able to work this out, and I wouldn't throw this shit up in her face, you know, later on. And, you know, you make mistakes, man. Like, people make mistakes, and some are worse than others, you know what I'm saying? But most people punish themselves for the shit, you know what I mean? So, like, then when you find out, like, I don't want to be somebody to punish somebody or make them feel worse for shit that they've already felt so horrible for. And that's, you know, that's just me as a person. You know, I think of other people. I don't want to be the cause of it, you know, of you feeling even worse than how you feel. So, I think some people punish themselves more than you ever, you know, because when you find shit out, you obviously think revenge, being petty, like, you know, going out and being stupid or whatever. And I definitely went through my process of, like, should I do this? You know, whatever. But, you know, when it came down to it, why? What would it solve for me to go out and talk shit to her and make her, you know, belittle her or be stupid and do dumb things, you know what I mean? When I could be an adult about it because she was willing to work on the relationship. You know, she wants this relationship. So why make the situation worse when we could actually fix it? And I think that's the key to it, is, can you swallow your pride and your ego? Because, bro, 100% my ego and my pride, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hurts, you know what I mean? But I think that's the main thing. Like, can you swallow that ego and that pride and be like, you know, let's start fresh? let's not bring that shit up. Let's move forward. You know? So I think that's 100% a possibility, as long as both parties are willing to put forth the effort, you know? So, and I think we are. So. 100%. Catch up, the 100%. And that's how I feel. I just like I thought, I appreciate. I mean, she didn't have to be honest with me. She didn't have to. I mean, granted, like, okay, somebody called, they busted, you know, her or whatever, but I didn't believe him. So she didn't have to tell me the truth. That was because she had shame. You know, she felt bad for what she did. She had been living with, you know, a mistake that happened, you know, 11 plus years ago. And, you know, like, I could already see, like, how she felt. Well, I don't want to make it worse. I just need to deal with my emotions, you know? I needed to figure out, I had to go through my roller coaster of, like, how do I deal with this? Where does it go? What happens? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went through every possible emotion that, you know, there is, and landed where I'm at now, which I think is, obviously I'm still in therapy, and she's in therapy, and, you know, I think we're happy, you know? We seem to be happy, so... Yeah, exactly, yeah. So all you can do is... You got two options, you know? Try to work it out, or don't. And if your relationship isn't toxic, try to work it out. If it's toxic, get the fuck out of there, you know? Exactly. For better or for worse, like, we say that for a reason, like, you know? We do that, like, that's word is bond, you know? Word is bond. So, as long as there's two willing participants, that's all that matters. Ain't that right, boo?
Yeah, babe.
Yeah, baby. What you been doing? Playing a game?
Playing the game, petting the dogs.
Charizard smell
What
good.
from my beer rant that's in here.
Anything worth having is worth fighting for, right? 100%. I gotta tell you, some of the unnamed glitters are the prettiest colors. Thank you.
Did you tell them about this?
Oh my god, I didn't tell y'all. Yo, Sam got fucked up today. Yo, that shit was bad. I told y'all all about Charlie. I forgot. I didn't even tell y'all about this shit. Okay, listen. Trying not to cough. Okay, so we had a dog park, right? And we get to a spot we were going to see if Charlie wanted to get in the water. So Sam walks down towards the water. And as soon as she got to the water, she's like, oh, shit. What was that? I just got stung. Me and Molly like, we ain't see shit. We're like, what? What happened?
I haven't even been by the water for like 2 full seconds.
Yeah, it happened so fast, right? And she's like, I got stung. And I was like, did she really get stung? Like, me and Molly just like looking, like trying to see it. She's walking, like she goes to walk up from the water or whatever. And then you see the damn wasp. Yo, he got her in the stomach.
I thought I got shot.
She thought she got shot. It got her like right there in the stomach through the shirt. She had like this like thin like tank top type thing or whatever, and it went through it, and it looked like a needle went right through it, and it went out. But luckily when we got home, we got the little insect sucker outer thing and pulled it in. But
It looks a lot better now, huh?
I mean, it looks better, but it's definitely still, it's the size of a
Oh, Jesus.
quarter.
Okay, it's still bigger than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. He's about the size of a quarter. Have you gotten the Batman Sprite? No, I haven't been playing Fortnite. We need to start playing again. I haven't played. But I'm so upset because it's kind of like Pokemon, like going and finding all the sprites and stuff, and I don't know, like Pokemon. But no, I haven't got the Batman Sprite. I have like 7 sprites. That's it. I didn't know they had a Batman. What did you?
No.
Is that the only superhero one they got?
There were like 32 or 33 to collect last time I looked. I don't know how many there are
I
now.
haven't. Is it for the whole season? Because I have not played at all. So.
We're releasing them for a while. Maybe. I don't know.
They've been what?
I haven't nerded out this season. I need to do better.
Yeah, dude. I'm about to get off in a minute. I'll be in there. Yeah, the release Batman and Air. Huh. Okay. Well, I think I've caught up on everything so far. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about? Anything at all? I don't like that song. Oh. Nothing at all. Everybody sleepy? We done for the evening? Not that I can ask here. I mean, you can ask me. I don't mean I'll answer it, but you can ask me. Do you have a tentative new live schedule? About the lie. From yeah, I read that. I saw the screenshot. That's crazy. You talking about that's Batters, right? Is it Batters? No, Vesley. Batters. Vesley. Which one is it? Batters or Vesley? I've been mixing up the V's. Batters. Yeah, she said she was whatever. Hey, some people just, like I said, you choose to be who you want. You choose to hang out with who you want to hang out with and associate with who you want to associate with. Look, I grew up being told you are who you associate with. You know what I mean? And I believe that. If every time I'm not even going to go there. But it doesn't surprise me. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Ooh. I like that. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. And that's true. I mean, think about it. It's the same with, like, going to work, right? And I've said this in my life so many times. Like, you wake up, you're in a great mood. On the way to work, you jamming out to your music, you chilling, right? You get into work, somebody comes in, one of your coworkers, they're pissed off, they're in a pissy mood, putting their stuff, slamming it down, just huffing and puffing. What happens with your mood? You instantly are gonna go, you're gonna have that negative energy that just starts to swarm you. It's the same thing. When you surround yourself with people who do shitty things to people, who have no remorse, have no care, do bad shit, then whether you do the bad shit with them, they're doing it and you're okaying it. So that means you're a part of the problem, right? That's just my philosophy. I could be wrong. I'm not right on everything, that's for sure. Yeah, I've seen that. Girl, it took me a minute too. It took me 14 years. I literally, I still sometimes, it just pops in my head and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what fucking reality am I in? You know? Music, oh yeah. Music, yeah, definitely. It can shift but yeah, people. Yeah, that's me. I replay so many things to just I don't know, I analyze everything way too much. I just analyze things, you know what I mean? So it's just constantly. But I'm it's crazy when you think you know people, right? And you don't. And then it's like, how did you miss all of this? But then I think about when I was a kid and we were getting abused and we were dealing with a bunch of shit and you wouldn't have known it because you don't want anybody to know it. So yeah, I think the thing that bothers me the most with a lot of these people is how they use Christianity. I grew up Southern Baptist. So it's these people use Christianity, religion itself, to make you feel they wouldn't do something. You wouldn't question it because they talk so highly about, the Bible and being Christian and doing good things and you know what I mean? So it's hard for you to picture people like that, which I don't know why it's so hard to picture it because it happens all the fucking time. But yeah, weaponize it. It's just I don't know, people are gullible. I was gullible, And it's crazy to me how there's just some things that you just there's not with the abuse. I didn't know any of that type of stuff, but the manipulation and the gaslighting and stuff like that. There's signs that you miss with these people you know, when you look back later and you're like, fuck, you know, you remember when this such and such happened, or you remember like this time, and it's like you start putting things together and you're like, fuck, like, how could you not see that shit? You know? And then you miss like the person that you thought that they were. Like, it sucks that like you're just like, damn, the person I thought I knew was a good person, and I have lifetime of memories, you know? But then reality sets in, and there isn't that person. There's just this monster who put a mask on and made you vulnerable. You told all your secrets. You confided. And they used it as a weapon. And then you find out who they really are. And it's just fucking insane. It's fucking insane. And it's the ones that get busted, like where you have like full on like red-handed proof that shit happened, you know what I mean? And it's like they just like go live the next day and pretend like everything is normal. Like, what the fuck? How do you live your life knowing that you've done shit, like such bad shit to people? And this goes for like so many people. Like, how do you like, I just don't get it. How do you do such bad things to people and not feel bad about it? How do you like take their money and not feel bad about it? Like Low, bro. That one gets on my nerves. That shit still get on my nerves with Low. And I ain't even somebody that lost money in it, but just the fact that I see Low on Facebook, like, trying to get people to subscribe, doing all this stuff, going and doing things, hanging out, you know, with the family, blah, 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 blah. And then don't even send out the money that you owe people. Don't send out the products that you owe people, but lie and say you was going to do it, and then just ghost, but not go ghost on fucking Facebook. You still on Facebook trying to get people to subscribe to your life. I don't know. Shit like that. It's like, how do you just fucking take money from people and then twist it around, this other people, twist it around like you the victim? Right, I be right now. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's just like, there's so many. Like, and each one of them thinks that everything is about them. And that's what makes it even funnier. Like, you can post a video about a fucking shoe and, like, they're gonna think that the video was about them. And it's like, bro, if the shoe fits, like, not everything is about you, dude. We have a fucking life, too. We have other fucking bullshit that fucking happens in our life that doesn't have to do with your fucking bullying ass fucking scammers, okay? Like, real life shit. It sucks. But you always fucking think it's about you. Like, God. You're not even that important. I don't even go live about the shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? With these people. Like, and they still be like, they think everything is about them. Like, God. Yeah, you are so vain. There's other shit in life. There's other people I don't like. There's other scammers out there that I don't fucking like. There's other people in real life that I don't fucking like. And if I'm feel better that someone who fucking made me feel like shit If that makes me feel better that you're fucking having a bad day when you wished bad days on me, so fucking be it. So what? I'm human. You act like I have to be a fucking good person 100% of the time. I have fucking emotions. I'm allowed to fucking not like someone. I'm allowed to be happy if that person is in a shitty situation. Who cares? If you don't like me for that, I don't fucking care. You think the same fucking thing. You think the same thing. So I have mistakes. There's certain people I don't fucking like. But it's not always one fucking person. Yeah, it's like, bro, if somebody don't say their fucking name throughout the live or some shit, then they're gonna fucking go irate about the shit. And it's like, dude, like, go fucking live your life, homie. Like, there's other shit you could do. You can't be a bully, talk shit about people, fucking tag them and shit, and then turn around and play victim and be like, oh my god, people are being so mean to me and can't. Okay, you mean to them. Like, I always grew up, you gotta give respect to get it. Okay, don't be a fucking dickhead, then other people won't be a dickhead to you. Like, that's just rules of life. Give people respect. Take accountability for shitty things you did to people. Makes you feel better. Then you can heal. And that's just my rant. I just get sick of people who just don't know how to fucking get a life. It's Need to Breathe. It's a band, Need to Breathe. We got that at their concert. I love this shirt. But other than that, I mean, keep your heads up. If you don't want people to have opinions about you on social media, probably shouldn't be a social media content creator. If it starts getting to you, hey, thank you. If it starts getting to you, so, thank you, Jessica. If it starts getting to you, you know, you can take a break. You know, take some time off. Just work on yourself. Learn some meditation. Listen to some music. Like, work on yourself. Yeah, that was super cute, wasn't it? So, you know, I don't want anybody to do anything. I've lost way too many people in my life to unaliving. So I don't want anybody to be put in a position where they feel like, you know, life isn't worth it. But I'm also not going to sugarcoat and not speak the truth on people who are absolute dickheads to others and then turn around and cry like they're a victim. That's just bullshit. If you don't do it, if you don't want to be talked about, then stay the fuck off of social media. Live your fucking life. You know. Yeah, bro, it sucks sometimes, man. People talk mad shit about you. Mad shit. You just gotta learn to either laugh it off or don't fucking read that shit. Don't watch the videos. I mean, tell people if they send that shit to you, don't send this to me. I don't want to, you know, my mental health can't deal with it. Don't send it to me. Like, there's ways around it. People aren't just calling you up on the phone and being like, hey, you're a piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. People aren't just, like, texting your phone number and being like, hey, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, they're not pulling up to your house, rolling the window down, screaming you're a piece of shit. You know, they're not doing those things. It's happening on social media. So, get the fuck off of it. Yeah, and if you ask for one person not to send it, don't be asking another person to send it to you. That's what I'm saying. When it's literally like the people who lie and it's verbatim comes out of their mouth, I'm like, how? How do you believe what you're saying? Like, if I say it, it's true. Yeah, but here's a video of you actually, yeah, but I didn't say that. Yeah, social media could be the best place or the worst place. Just depends on what side you end up on, honestly. But I think I'm done for tonight. I won't be live tomorrow, I know that. Maybe I'll go live on Tuesday. Sam's birthday is on Friday, so I know I won't be live this weekend because it's our birthday and we're gonna have a fucking blast. We're gonna have a fun time. So maybe I'll at least be back on probably Tuesday. Yeah, good talking to you too, man. All right, y'all have a great beginning of your work week. I hope your Monday starts off awesome, and you know, be you, be happy, and get help if you need it. It's out there. All right, y'all have a good night.